Hi, well, welcome to Trucking TV on, well, heavens, it's Wednesday, the 16th of January 2019. I'm Chris, and again today we're with you with a little bit of news, some information, couple of events, two events actually, and we'll bring you those. And first things first, let's just do last night's interesting little moments. All we've got today, all that's been reported online, really has been a couple of incidents, although I'm sure there have been more. Do let us know if you know of anything. One driver says £31 charged to get your curtains slashed on Crawley southbound. Good, isn't it? No, it's bloody not. And another driver reported curtains slashed at Sawtry. He had his curtains actually open as well. So that's an indicator that the guys are out there doing stuff. The tea leaves are out there trying to get stuff out of the back of trucks. And the reality is, you wonder how many successes they have. It's a bit like the thing where you watch the lions hunting on TV. They have about 20 attempts before they get anything. So the reality is, these guys are, well, you know, losers, aren't they, really? Let's be honest. And they keep buggering about, and eventually they hit something. Good evening, Martin. And eventually they hit something, and there you go. What can you say? Oh, I see. I've got a really interesting little thing come up on my machine, but I don't really know what that's about. Okay, so there you go. So two bits of news really. So if you know of anything that's happened, whether it's cargo being taken off vehicles, whether it's just curtain slashes, whether it's diesel thefts, we would like to know here. You can let me know directly on the Trucking TV website, or you can let me know through Trucking TV's pages or the Trucking TV road crime reports. It's interesting. Okay, so what have we got next? Well, we've got a little bit of news. I don't know whether you saw on Trucking TV on our Facebook page a week or so, a few days ago, there was a message about a gentleman called Bob Carter who passed away last week. Very sad, because he was about 80 years old, but he was one of the pioneers of UK continental road haulage. And I have to say, I met Bob a couple of times, interviewed him a few times, and I'll put up some links for the interviews that we've done with Bob. And he was an extremely nice guy, I must say. And he was one of the pioneers, really, of UK continental haulage, long distance haulage, because he ran vehicles to the Middle East, which I think was, back in those days, was quite an achievement. Let's be honest, it's about 30 or 40 years ago that he was doing it. And today I was lucky enough to be invited to a lunch with some of his drivers. It's one of those things that happens occasionally. I have to say, it's one of those things that happens quite often, actually. It's a weekly, regular event where his retired drivers, or guys who drove for him, some of which are still driving, get together and just have lunch and have a natter. And Bob Carter used to go along and join in the general jollity, and it was, I think it was quite fun. Okay, let's see what else we've got now. I'm just going to play you a little bit of news that I think is really good news. Let's see, let's get to that. So there we go. Okay, and this is a bit of news about something called Foxfest. It's a track show. It happens in Ipswich, at Vauxhall Stadium, Ipswich. I hope, well, we know it's going to happen this year, and I hope we're going to be able to cover it in some depth on Trucking TV. The event takes place on the 1st and 2nd of June 2019, and I have to say it is one of the best shows that I've been to for ages. Good evenings, young Stephen. It's one of the best shows that we've been to for ages. It's fun to go to, it's good to go to, it's an interesting show, and it's run by nice people. The other thing to say to you, which I think is really worth noting, is that it's one of those shows where it's a fairly budget event. They do not go out to stitch you up as some of the big show organisations do. What they'd like to do, I think, is to get lots of people there and have a lot of fun. So that is that one. That's the Foxfest show at Ipswich on the 1st and 2nd of June 2019. Okay, good evening, Dean. It's a little short news piece today. I think that kind of takes us, I think, pretty well as far as we're going. Let's just double check. Oh yeah, I did have one further thing to show you actually, which I'll show you just in a second or two when it comes up on the screen, and that'll be just there. And that's relevant to Bob Carter, who passed away the other day. His funeral, as I said, is on the 6th of February at 12 noon at Seven Hills, don't know if I did say, at Seven Hills Crematorium just outside Ipswich. If you would like to come along, if you knew Bob, if you knew of his company Trans UK, you call, we haul. That was the slogan, and I think we'd all be glad, a lot of people would be glad to see you, make yourself known. There's lots of other drivers going to be there, and lots of people from the haulage industry I know will be there. So there you go with that one. That's Bob Carter's funeral. We'll have a bit more about Bob at some point, I think in the next couple of days. Let's just move on to my next little bit of video so that we can show you that, and then I'm going off to have my tea. What a lucky lad I am. I hope no one's working too hard out there, incidentally. I don't want people to be grafting away while I'm relaxing, eating my tea. That's not true. I am actually going to be eating my tea and not worrying about you guys. Isn't that awful? Okay, so here we go. I'm just going to give you a quick reminder of all the bits and pieces that we do here on Trucking TV, all the ways you can get in touch with us. I would love to hear from you if you've got any news or any event that you want to publicise, whatever you like really. We're going to do this, I think, most days of the week now, and we'll see you when we see you. We'll see you soon, but you can always get in touch with us through Facebook, through YouTube, through the website at Trucking TV, or through Twitter. You can also use the phone line, leave us a message, send us a text. And from my point of view, that is it for tonight, and I will see you, I hope, jolly soon.